Okay, now this is the new Toyota Auris Hybrid Synergy Drive car. So under here is exactly the same drivetrain as is in the Toyota Prius. It's a petrol engine, a generator and an electric motor, and they all work together, hence the term synergy. So I've got this car for the next few weeks, and I'm going to be using it to drive all over the country on the shoot we're doing at the moment. I live out in Gloucestershire, so I'll be driving in country roads, motorways and in urban environments to really put it through its paces. Okay, so I'm driving along a quiet B road in the Midlands of the United Kingdom in a Toyota Auris Hybrid. I'm using cruise control, so my feet don't have to do anything. If I touch the brake, it all comes off, just to assure you that it's very, very safe. So I'm just concentrating on steering. It's a very comfy car, very good visibility. I can see who's behind me, I can see what's ahead of me. And at 57 miles an hour, I am now getting 75.6 miles to the gallon. I haven't done anything, I haven't been on a special course. I have set the cruise control, and that maintains the exact speed you're at the most economic use of the engine. I'm pretty impressed with that, 76.2. I've done 200 miles, I just want to point out. This is not like over the last 10 feet. 206.4 miles at the moment. So I think it is fair to say that if you drive this car carefully and sensibly, you will get amazing fuel economy out of it. Well, I'm now driving along the A421 towards lovely Milton Keynes at an average speed of 60 miles an hour. But what is amazing is that this car is capable of being driven just like any normal run-of-the-mill car. You do put petrol in it, you don't have to plug it in at night. I'm on a dual carriageway now. Now, as you can see, the vehicle accelerates extremely well. Up to now, I've been driving this car mainly in the countryside and along big motorways and you know, fast-moving A roads. But I'm now driving it in the middle of London, and you know, in a lot of ways, this is where it really comes into its own, because, as you can tell now, I've just pulled up behind another car in a side street, and immediately I do that, the engine, the petrol engine, stops running. It's not on now. And then when I pull away, it starts again. So when you're sitting in static traffic, you're not using any petrol. And one of the other advantages is when you're traveling at low speeds in town, you can press the EV button, the electric vehicle button, which means that you override the engine's choice and you make it just go on batteries. The important thing to understand about a hybrid car like this one is that, for one thing, the batteries are constantly recharging all the time. So at the moment, as I'm just sailing along the road, I'm not using the throttle, so I'll accelerate, and now, as I roll along the road now, the batteries are recharging. The energy is going back into the batteries. And so you don't, in this particular car, you don't ever plug it in. You never get any electricity from the mains. All the electricity comes from the motion of the vehicle and the petrol engine. And if you're traveling at low speeds, basically under 30, 32 miles an hour, you can press the EV button and just run on pure electricity. It then becomes an electric vehicle. And it's a lot of people who haven't driven them find that quite hard to understand, because they always think, oh, you have to have special fuel, or you have to plug it in, and if it's not plugged in, it won't work. It's completely nothing like that. This car, you drive this car in exactly the same way as you would drive any fossil fuel using car, any petrol car or diesel car. You get it and you start it and off you go. Of course, the other big advantage of driving a car like this is I'm driving in central London within the congestion zone, and I don't have to pay the congestion charge. When you have one of these cars, you register it with the congestion zone people. It costs you £10 a year, and you can drive in and out of London as many times as you like, which is obviously one of the reasons why there's a lot of these cars on the road in London. And the other thing you don't have to do, which is a lot of people don't know, is you don't pay any road tax. You have to register the car just like you would any other car. The road tax is zero, nothing, not a penny. So combine the two costs. Say you're someone who drives into central London on a regular basis in a standard petrol or diesel car, you pay road tax, you pay the congestion charge every year, you top all that up, you're looking at colossal cost advantages, if nothing else. Right, so now I've driven this car a long way, and I've discovered that if you drive carefully, as in with all cars, if you drive carefully, you can get amazingly good mileage out of it, easily over 70 miles to the gallon. Basically, sensible driving, you'll easily get like 65 to 70 miles to the gallon out of this car, which is a huge improvement. It's about 20 miles to the gallon better than an average petrol car of the same size. So, all in all, I think it's pretty good. I really like it. It's really tightly put together. It drives really well. It's a very comfortable car to drive. The electronics in it are legendary, all the Bluetooth and the sat-nav and all that stuff's brilliant. There's one big drawback for me, and that is I've got to give it back.